Spiel steht extrem. So, jetzt bin ich mal gespannt, was ich da jetzt noch vergessen habe, weil mir fällt es gerade nicht ein. Ich hab gesagt, ich mache da weiter. Welche Kretsch ist denn das so? Ah ja, mit Petrus. Ja, Fire Admiral Blobs. Blob. So, jetzt bin ich mir aber nicht sicher. Ich sollte... Warum habe ich den Kurt dabei? Das ist doof. Ich sollte eigentlich den Vasco mitnehmen. Das ist, glaube ich, besser. Vasco, Watchco. Ja, ja, deine Schuhe gefallen mir auch. Oh, hallo. Nein, ich komme jetzt nicht näher, du Homo. So, immer den Vasco mit. Vasco, Arsch. Wo ist er? Da ist er. Ja. Ist aber, ich will hier. Tschüss. Hallo. So, weg hier. Wir haben doch keine Zeit, das muss schneller gehen. Immer erst Nebenquest, bevor man Hauptquest macht. Oh, mich juckt's. Oh, oh, oh. So. Schrei hier nicht immer so rum. Ich glaube, da ist noch was. Da war doch auch was, oder? Ja, da hat's doch geleuchtet. Geh mal weg da. So, gib das her. So, jetzt lass uns mal über deine Sünden sprechen. Was ist denn jetzt hier? Hallo, du Admiral.
You have come at the right time, Your Excellency. I am in a delicate situation and your help would be invaluable.
I'm listening, Admiral.
Captain Reuben warned me that he suspected a member of his crew of being a spy. It is almost certain she sent secret navigation information to foreigners.
Why ask me to take care of it?
This is a very serious accusation. One that results in a member of the guild being expelled. The Norts are like a family, very connected, but also likely to carry resentment. I think an external view is required to be certain that there will be no bias. Anyway, their ship is anchored at New Serene. Your authority will allow you to get more answers than us.
I see. What is the exact nature of the information that could have been sent?
It's up to you to find out. But all the Norts know how we navigate our ships. You've seen the techniques we use, and you know we want to keep them secret.
I agree. Where can I find Captain Reuben?
At the port in your town. You know his ship. It was Captain Vasco's before he landed. I'm counting on you, Your Excellency. We must shed light on this case.
Mit ihr über unsere Mutter sprechen. Jetzt habe ich echt kein Interesse gerade.
Until we meet again, Admiral.
Hier, weg da. So, dann gehen wir mal zu dem dreckigen Bootsklauer hier da. Gleich hier den Highlander. Hä? Der muss doch hier sein, der Lappen. Willst du mich verarschen? Ah, da. Hä? Ist das irgendwie ein Witz? Das Schiff ist weg. Das sollte eigentlich hier noch sein. Oder ist es da gerade weggefallen? Willst du mich verarschen?
Captain Reuben?
Aye, the man himself. To whom do I have the honor of speaking?
De Sade, legate of the merchant congregation. and I'm sure you know my companion.
Vasco. Oh, do not worry. The seahorse is in good hands.
I'm sure, Reuben.
What brings you here?
The Admiral asked me to shed light on your little problem of indiscretion in your ranks.
I see. I would be happy to answer any questions you have.
You told the Admiral that you
Ich
suspected
würde ja fragen, wo das Schiff hin ist.
Indeed. The young apprentice sailor, Albert, a committed volunteer from Tuleme. She only joined us a short time ago. Did you want to know anything else?
Ja, Hose runter.
The Admiral told me that you were the new captain of the ship we arrived on.
The Seahorse? Yes. It's an excellent ship and a good crew. But you did the crossing. You know it as well as me. Did you want to know anything else?
Kein.
That'll be all, Captain.
Ja.
Thank you.
Was für ein turbo-sinnloses Gespräch. Warte mal, da musst du noch... Was muss da hier? Wollt ihr mich verarschen? Nach Informationen. Sag mal, hätte ich vielleicht doch mit der über meine Mama reden sollen. Jetzt labern wir.
What can I do for you?
I have come to talk to you about a personal matter.
After what I revealed to you, I was sure you would come back to find me. What would you like to know?
You told me that I was born on one of your ships, of an islander captured on the island.
We'd like to know about this woman's origins.
I'm afraid I can't help you. I did not take part in those expeditions, and our old archives are far from here.
Is there no one on Tier 3D who can help us? Please.
Very well. I do know an old captain who could perhaps help you out.
Where can he be found?
His ship is moored in the port of Hikmet, if I'm not mistaken. His name is Captain Lissandro.
Thank you for your help, Admiral.
De Sarde,
Yes, Admiral?
don't get too caught up in the past. That one in particular. Nothing good will come of it.
Whether or not we choose to get caught up in it, Admiral, the past always catches up with us. Sadly, I'm paying the price of this.
Genau, Sie Lappen. Ja, ich möchte gern reisen, du Arsch. Ich mich verarschen, Alter. Ja, die Leute, wo ich dabei habe, das passt, das passt. Das passt so.
Captain who took part in these expeditions is right here on the island.
It is indeed a stroke of luck. I hope he remembers my mother.
Do not worry. If his memory fails him, he may have kept his diary from that time.
Weiß nicht, irgendwie diese Stadt, die gefällt mir überhaupt nicht. Telemel oder wie das heißt, das ist auch so ein Scheiß. Ne, das ist nicht wirklich hier direkt. Muss man außen rumlaufen. Weg da, weg da. Ja, klasse. Ah, doch, ich kann glaube ich hier hoch, oder? Haben wir das? Ja. Hier sind keine bösen Pupen. Ah, warte mal, es interessiert mich auch, was hier oben ist. Ist hier irgendwas? Schmeißt ihn auf den Poten. Poten. So. Captain Kirk. Guck mal, wer mir was verrät.
Hello there. My name is de Sarde. I'm the legate of the merchant congregation.
I am Captain Lysandro. Pleased to meet you. I don't believe I've had the pleasure before. Yet your face seems familiar. How odd. Well, what can I do for you?
Ja, das will ich nicht
Admiral
ausfragen.
Cabral advised me to speak to you about a matter of some concern to me.
The Admiral? Coming from a legate, I should have expected that. So?
You are the only one on this island that can help me.
Really? Oh, I think I understand. That's why your face looked familiar. The congregation is good at keeping its secrets, isn't it? This story is not a new one.
25 years. 25 years since the Nauts brought a woman who was captured on this island to Serene.
I remember, and yet it wasn't the first time. But on that occasion, a child was born.
So you can understand why we'd like to learn where this captive came from.
Yes, yes. I have seen more than a few Nauts looking for their parents. But what have you got to do with all this?
I met that woman in Serene. I got to know her well.
Listen, it's not that I don't want to help you, but my memory is no longer what it was. I wasn't the captain at the time. I wasn't the one who decided where we moored the ship. So I don't see how I can help you find out where this woman came from.
From one captain to another, if you would allow me.
Captain Vasco? I'm listening.
You said it yourself. A child was born at that particular time. A seaborn. And we always help one of our own.
Very well. I need to look in my old logbooks. I'm sure I'll find something. Wait for me here. I'll be an hour at the most. Here it is. I found my old logbook. There's a passage in it that would probably interest you. Your mother came from a village on the plains in the southeast of the island. I'm talking about a place where the bones of the whale are visible from the coast. I believe the natives call it Vignamri.
Thank you for this information, Captain.
It's nothing. I'm getting sentimental in my old age. Good luck to you.
So here you are on the verge of discovering your mother's village, of finding your own people. How do you feel?
I don't really know. I'm a little lost, I suppose. All of this is so new to me.
I understand. Mrs. de Sade was loving. She raised you with tenderness. And today you learn she is not your real mother. I'm sorry.
Na, dem Entschuldigung kann ich mir jetzt auch nichts kaufen, du Arsch. Alles hier rumgelüge. Nur rumlügen. Was ist denn hier mein komisches... Oh, da ist es ja. Da war ich ja schon im Kackdorf. Weg. Ich will jetzt reisen. Da, da, da. Warum tut mir beim Sitzen meine Knie weh? So. Das von der großen Knochen. So, lasst uns quatschen. Ach, das ist der Wichser. Doch bestimmt was, oder? Ja.
To what do I owe the pleasure of your visit?
I recently found out that my mother came from your village.
Your mother was from Vignamri. Now I understand why your face seems so familiar to me.
Indeed. She was captured before my birth and sent to the continent.
She was called Erelwin. Did you know her?
Of course. Everyone here remembers her kidnapping.
Could you tell me more about that?
I was not the head of the clan back then. It was a very long time ago, but I remember the village Denegad, kidnapped by the people of the sea. All our warriors set off to her rescue, but it was all in vain. Most of them died, including the one she loved. It was a dark day, in which our village lost its knowledge and strength in one blow.
So my father died too. Do you know if any members of my family are still alive?
Yes, Slan, your mother's sister. She then became our Donegad. She was never able to match her sister's talent. Too much knowledge had been lost. Relwyn was a renowned healer across all of Tiafradi. Taking her place was not an easy task.
It's not surprising that she was of interest to the congregation. They probably hoped she could help them find a cure for the Malachor. But all alone, far from the island. She was just a young, frightened woman who had lost all her powers.
Do you know where I can find my aunt?
You could try her house, but she's rarely there. She is an elderly woman now, and very much enjoys her own company. She doesn't speak much to me, but others here can probably tell you where to find her.
Thank you, Ulan.
Anything else?
Ne, das war's.
Nothing. I must go.
Du Lappen.
What do you think of the chief of your village?
He seems quite friendly compared to the others we've run into.
A bit too friendly, if you ask me. A little too concerned with pleasing the settlers.
And you think that's a bad thing?
He reminds me of myself when I was younger. And that's not a compliment. My fear is that he serves his own ambition. And this is often done at the expense of others.
Sehr gut.
There's no one here.
Hey, Tante.
Ask the inhabitants of the village if they know where to find her.
The islanders protect their Donegada. I don't know if they'll speak to some Renaiks.
Don't forget, you are one of them after all.
Du bist eine Nervensäge. Aber hier müsste doch noch ein Ding sein zum Einsammeln. Das kann nicht wahr sein. Ah, hab's doch gewusst hier. Hab ich dich. Ich frag mal die.
Renaigse. Do you need help, Renaigse?
Actually, yes. I'm looking for the village Donegad.
Oh. And what do you want from her?
Ulan told me that she could help me to find someone.
Ulan must have wanted to play a dirty trick on you. There's no love lost between Ulan and the Denegad. She says that he loves the people from your island too much. But Ulan saved our village. Anyway, if you want to find her, try heading towards the western plains. I am not sure if she is there right now, but she likes going for walks there.
I'm extremely grateful.
Der westlichen Ebene. Ah, okay, da hinten. So, dann bringen wir noch ein paar Viecher um. Ey, renn da jetzt hoch, du Arsch. So. Hallo, du Büffel, Hirsch, Ochse, Ziege. Wow. So nicht. Ah, weg. Hoppala. Es ist kein Cheat, wenn man aufsteigt. So. Tantchen, wo bist du? Das sein. Jetzt. Ich muss nicht da runter, ich muss dann weiter, okay. Aber da unten können auch noch Gegner sein, oder? Weil da, ja, da kommen die bringen wir auch noch um. EP sind EP. Boah, jetzt watsch mir halt richtig einen, du Sau. Geschmeidig. Wo bist du? Ja, die retten wir jetzt aus dem Weg. Boah.
How do you feel, madam?
Well, thank you for stepping in. I don't understand what has happened. Usually these animals accept me. Something must have frightened them.
We are glad we arrived at the right time. We would have been very upset if something had happened to you.
Excuse me, but are you Slan, the Denegad of Vignamri?
Yes, that's me. Were you looking for me?
Yes, we were. If you would allow us, we'd like to accompany you and tell our story along the way.
Very well. I will walk by your side.
This is the story we have pieced together.
I just can't believe it. Yet, if I think about it, your face reminds me of hers.
My mother, or rather, the woman who raised me, gave me this necklace.
Erelwin gave it to me, to give to her child, and I passed it on to Mrs. de Sade.
It looks familiar. Your father had given it to your mother when they bound. It's good that you are wearing it today. My poor beloved Erelwin, who died far away from us all, and divorced Tirce. I still miss her so much.
She wanted me to help her die. But I was unable to do such a thing. Someone would have figured it out. I would have been sent back to Ptolemy, and I would have lost everything. So I watched her suffer. And one day she died.
Petrus, I cannot hold it against you for letting her live.
No, you don't understand. I loved her. I loved her, and I didn't even have the strength to end her suffering. She's the only woman I've ever loved.
I never would have guessed.
Everyone loved Erelwin. She was marvelous. You cannot blame yourself, man of the light. What's more, you brought me her child. For that alone, she would forgive you if she were among us. All is well now. The child of Tia Fradi has returned home, and with him, the spirit of his mother. You are home, my Magum. Welcome.
Petrus, I wanted to thank you.
Thank me? Despite everything you know about me?
You may have been a bit cowardly in the past, to the point of letting the woman you loved suffer. You were manipulative, and you lied to everyone, including yourself. But thanks to what you've told me, I've been able to find my family and my origins. And for that, I thank you.
My child. What you're saying touches me more than you can imagine. At least I've done something good for once in my deceitful life. For you, and for her. I hope the Enlightened will remember this when I stand before him.
Mhm. War das jetzt alles, oder was? Jetzt machen wir erst das hier mit der Schmuggelware. Das gefällt mir lieber. Da muss ich aber... genau, da brauche ich den Vasco und einen Kurt. Nach Hause telegrafieren. Hey, wo bin ich hier? Hä, wollt ihr mich verarschen? Wo ist hier die... Ah, da. Jetzt sei ich aber gleich sauer hier. Oh, Macho Man. Macho. So, wo ist der Busenkrabscher? Da ist er ja. Würde jetzt auch unter gewissen Umständen besser sein können, wenn ich jetzt, nachdem ich ins Dorf gereist bin, die Ciara mitnehmen soll. Also, heute ist das Ciara. Ciora, ach, wie heißt denn die jetzt? Was steht denn da? Ja, Ciora. So, geh mal weg da. Vielleicht besser gewesen. Alles egal. Ist egal. Oh Gott, wie der sich immer freut hier. Das ist doch schrecklich. Was soll ich denn jetzt hin? Ja,
What can I pour for you?
Manfred, the quartermaster of the barracks, told me about your supply problems.
And he sends you? Damn. I didn't think a legate would act in person, but it's nice to see that our problems are taken seriously. I'll explain. Alcohol has been scarce in New Serene for quite some time. Our suppliers in the town are constantly victims of theft, to the point that they're no longer able to supply taverns. I could have managed if my monthly delivery from the continent had arrived as planned, but customs seized my goods.
Did they give you a reason?
Conservative seizure, they said. Time to check that everything is in order. And now they tell me that they can't return my goods because they've been stolen. Can you believe it? If even customs are getting robbed, what hope do we have?
Huh. This is all rather suspicious. Don't worry. I'll go and see these customs officers and get this cleared up.
Ja, das sollten wir es mal klären. Was ist denn die Zollsau hier? Ah, da unten. Alles. Ups. So, das habe ich nicht gedacht. So. Hey, doch mal weg da. So.
Customs Officer Alric. What can I do for you?
Desarde, I'm the legate of the merchant congregation. I've been told of some issues with customs. I would like some clarification.
I'm listening, Your Excellency.
Da
I was
waren...
told that a shipment from the continent bound for the tavern had been seized as a precautionary measure.
Yes, it's possible. We seize cargo sometimes to verify that all taxes to the town have been paid.
Randomly, without a prior formal order.
No, I don't know. Perhaps we received a complaint. That happens sometimes.
I suppose all entries are noted in your records.
Naturally, but I assure you that we only do our job. It was all routine.
Aha, eine Routine.
I was informed that customs was robbed.
Yes, these thieves have quite the nerve. Someone even stole personal belongings this time. Since then, I've put all important things in the chest. But I lost the key. Probably on my way here.
Let me summarize. You have confiscated some goods, perhaps because of a report, but you're not sure. Then that same cargo was stolen from you, along with other things in your custody.
Exactly, Your Excellency.
You are either the worst customs officer I've met or the biggest liar.
Listen, Your Excellency, I made a mistake. It's true, I should not have ordered this seizure. In fact, it was late, and counting the crates would have taken me hours. I decided to postpone it. In the meantime, the goods were stolen. It's unfortunate, but I'm not useless.
You haven't even informed the authorities of this robbery. This is all rather suspicious, Officer Auric. So I think it's necessary to conduct this inspection with a search.
Please, Your Excellency.
I'm sure the contents of this chest would be very informative. Maybe we should go to the docks to see if we could find the key that this scatterbrain has lost.
Moment, enthülle? Versteckt hält, ja, dann gucken wir doch mal. Wie? Habe ich den Schlüssel schon?
So, were you satisfied with your inspection, sire?
Warum soll man das machen? Die in seiner Truhe war. Weil die habe ich ja schon aufgemacht. Oh, machen wir das mal mit der Silbermünze.
You work for Egon. Have you come to ensure my loyalty? Well, you can tell him that I didn't say anything, right?
In fact, you just did. So you are a member of this gang?
No, you don't understand. But I am trapped. And it's been like this for months. I am forced to pull off all kinds of tricks in order to settle an old debt.
Egon?
Yes, sir. Either I do what he says, or I lose my children. I've already paid off my debt 100-fold, but he maintains his hold over me. And now I have no choice but to obey when he asks me to divert larger shares of cargo.
Could you help me identify him?
I'd like to, but I've never met him. He gives me his instructions in writing, or sends his men. He wrote the letter you found, or at least I think he did.
I plan to put an end to this individual's activities, so anything you can tell me will be useful.
I hope you manage it, Your Excellency. For the sake of my children, maybe you could come to the meeting he's arranged tonight.
Do you think he will come in person?
I don't know. This is the first time I've received a notice like this. I fear he'll punish me for arousing the innkeeper's suspicions. He doesn't let anything get past him, you know.
Very well, I will come. If only to avoid you paying the price for your stupidity.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I'll meet you at the North Gate in the evening.
No offense to our new friend. I'm not sure this Egon will come in person. I'd be surprised if he'd bother moving just to lecture a small fry in his business.
Steht da bis abends, oder? Ja, da steht nichts mehr von abends. Das ist komisch. Warte mal, ich latsche einfach mal hin, da müsste ja eigentlich was anzeigen, oder? Oder ist es schon soweit? Ja, jetzt. Komm abends an diese Stelle. Fick dich. Wo ist denn das? Ah, da hinten. Hey, da ist ja einer.
Ah, there you are. Are you ready?
Ich habe doch gerade mit dem gesprochen. Egal. Los geht's.
Let's go.
We
Party
have
hart, der ist
to
schneller wie ich
hurry.
gerannt.
As we are early, we should be the first to arrive.
Perfect. I'll hide until they get here.
He will certainly not come alone. I beg you, don't wait to intervene if things go wrong.
Be confident. I won't abandon you.
You should get in position. He'll be here soon.
Sag mal, dreh doch hier nicht durch. Ich scheiß mir in die Hose. Hä? Ja, muss er da hinten da verstecken. Wie ist es falsch oder was? Oder eine Etage tiefer. Kann ich da runter irgendwie? Ups. Okay, und wie verstecke ich mich da jetzt? Aha. Das müssen wir schon mal erklären, wie ich da nach hinten komme. Wie soll denn das gehen? Ach so, von hier. Jetzt habe ich es gesehen.
My friend, I'm so glad to see you. Because you owe us some explanations, don't you?
Sir, let me explain. I wanted to do well. I was just a little rushed and...
Silence, fool. Not only have you been so clumsy with your handling that the quartermaster was informed, but in addition, you dared to plot with his legate, a noble that has already cost us dearly. Do you no longer love your children, Alric? You want us to get rid of them? Is that it?
No, Mr. Egon, I beg you. Don't hurt them. I didn't have a choice. The legate came for an inspection, but I didn't tell him anything. I swear.
It's a shame, Alric. Egon loved you, but would replace you with someone else soon enough. Someone smarter. Get rid of him. I don't want to hear from this little roach any longer. As for me, I'm leaving for Hikmet. Try to be discreet. This legate doesn't seem willing to let go.
We're committed to protecting this man.
If we're going to help him, we will probably lose track of our man.
Wow. Nein! Oh, die haben den... Scheiße, Mann, die haben den umgebracht. Jetzt... Kacke. Scheiße.
Let's see if you can ward off this fate. Move away. Things are about to get dicey.
He's dead. And it's our fault. We shouldn't have abandoned him.
Let's go to Hick.
Warte mal, wir müssen mal hier nochmal laden. Nochmal laden. Weg mit dem Mikrofon-Audio. Ich probiere es nämlich nochmal. Scheiße.
poison on my blade. And let's go! The assassin! Shot off. Let's see if we can ward off this fate. Move away. Things are about to get dicey.
I owe you my life, Your Excellency.
Don't mention it. Alas, all this was useless. This man was not Egon.
I'm not sure that it's a person, Your Excellency. It may be the name given to the leaders of the gang. I don't know. But I will never be at peace until you arrest them, that's for sure.
That's exactly what I'm trying to do. But how can I find this man now?
He said he was going back to Hikmet, which is where he sends the stolen alcohol. I'm sorry. I have not been completely honest with you. I could have told you that earlier, but I knew that without your protection, I would not survive. The deliveries are sent to a dispensary outside the town. No doubt to avoid arousing suspicion.
A dispensary? But what are they doing with all this alcohol?
I'm not sure, Your Excellency. But you'll no doubt find out if you go there.
Well, at least the fright Egon gave Alric managed to loosen his tongue.
Na, die machen wir jetzt alle fertig. Normal sind ja nachts immer böse Pupen. Irgendwie jetzt nicht mehr so. Komisch. Keine bösen Pupen hier. Wundert mich eigentlich. Sind da noch welche? Ah ne, hier sind keine bösen Pupen. Oh, das sind Viecher, ja, Mann.
Bit of poison on my blade. Let's go! Ich weiß nicht, lass die Konstellation so, das gefällt mir nicht. Vasco und der andere.
Geht nicht, ich muss zum Apotheker. Hallo, sind Sie der Apotheker?
On your way. There's nothing for a highness here.
Sorry, but we're entering all the same.
Oh yeah, we'll soon see about that.
Tut mir leid, also wer nicht will, bringt ein paar auf die Fresse. Okay. Ich hätte jetzt nicht gedacht, dass der eine umgewichst wird hier. Ups. Sind da ein paar umgeflogen.
This is the man we saw at the quarry. We must stop him.
A bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
Hey, ich hab doch... Scheiße, ich wollte eigentlich... Sag mal, ich wollte doch jetzt auch mal hier zuschlagen, Junge. Bin ja nicht der Captain Kasper, Mann. Ha, erwischt.
You are under arrest.
What am I accused of?
You are a high-ranking member of a criminal organization that has named itself Egon. And you did not hesitate to order a murder. So, even though the attempt failed, the gallows await you. Unless you decide to reveal everything you know.
I won't say a word. I won't give you anyone. I'd rather die.
If you really thought so, we would not be talking. You will be taken to New Serene. Manfred will know how to make you talk.
Was? Wie bitte? Okay, und die Leichen? Alter, wer räumt hier mal die Leichen weg? Was soll die Scheiße? Ich wollte da was einsammeln. Und so bringe ich die Schwuchteln um. Wichser. Wichser, Wichser, Wichser. Was ist hier? Oh, lass mich raten, wenn ich da den Streit nicht wollte zum Kämpfen, hätte ich auch irgendwie da lang gehen. Achso. Da hätte ich mich wahrscheinlich hier durchgeschlichen oder so, ne? Nee. Aber hier kann man gar nicht drüber klettern, wenn ich das richtig sehe. Wie wäre ich denn da vorbeigekommen? War man vielleicht von da? Wäre ich denn von da irgendwie lang geschlichen? Bestimmt durch das Haus hier. Ja, dann wäre ich hier durch das Haus wahrscheinlich geschlichen. Wenn ich mit denen keinen Ärger hätte gewollt, aber... Jetzt ist es schon so. Warum ist mir gerade Kotze hochgekommen? Geh mal weg da. Na, na, na. Ich habe das schon mal hier umgesehen. Ich glaube nicht. Egal, geh mal hoch. Geh mal weiter. Geh mal weg da. Sag mal, weg, verpiss dich. Sag mal, jetzt über den Busch vorbeizulaufen. Muh. Cool, ich bin Stufe 30. Ich sollte mich mal jucken, Oh, leck mich doch. Bin ich gerade erst aufgestiegen wahrscheinlich. Krass. 12.000 Erfahrungspunkte brauche ich, um weiterzukommen. Was da hinten war ich noch nie. Ich glaube, ändern kann. Warte mal, ich guck mal, ob ich da hinten wirklich nicht hin kann. Jetzt rechts halten. Konnte ich denn da nicht hin? Ja, hier, da bin ich nie weitergegangen. Also das müssen wir ändern. Das ändern wir jetzt. Oh, scheiße. Sag mal, willst du mich verarschen? Hab mich noch nie von hinten erwischt. Aha. Wieso bin ich da nie lang gegangen? Hab ich es einfach nicht gesehen, oder? Ui.
Let's see if you can ward off this fate.
Mhm. Ich guck mir das trotzdem noch hier an. Auch wenn hier kein Fragezeichen oder irgendwas ist. Hä? Warte mal, hier muss irgendwas gewesen sein. War das hier oder das wo? Hier. Ah, okay, da kann ich nur rüber, wenn ich da meine komische Stärke Level 1 hätte. Aber was werden da? Nix. Also ich sehe hier zumindest nichts. Oder warte mal. Wo ist denn hier Stärke? Das ist hier, wo ich sowieso... Nee, das ist nicht Stärke. Hier Stärke. Da wo ich jetzt zwei, wenn ich jetzt zwei gehabt hätte, so, oh, scheiß drauf, mal tue ich eins weiter hier, aber... Ja gut, aber so wenn ich mir das angucke, weil das werde ich wahrscheinlich eh nicht. erhöhen. Unwahrscheinlich. Das brauche ich nicht, weil ich den Begleiter, weil ich den Mantel habe. Das brauche ich nicht, weil ich den Anzug habe, also Kleidung, wo Schlösser knacken erhöht. Hier habe ich der Begleiter dabei. Ja, dann nehmen wir das doch mal. Probieren wir mal darüber zu gehen. Verpiss dich, verpiss dich. Mich jetzt interessiert, was das bringt, hier zu sein. Oder, ja gut, jetzt habe ich hier eine, ja gut, da habe ich jetzt ein geheimes Versteck gefunden, denke ich mal. Aha. Oh, bekannte Mehrschusspistole. Ja gut, die könnte vielleicht was bringen, aber wahrscheinlich nicht so besonders viel. Ha! Habe ich die erwischt. Ja, okay, nur ein Leder, kann ich es auch leben lassen. Äh,
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
wow, wow, wow. Okay, das sind 3. Wow.
Move away. Things are about to get dicey.
Herr Röhrig, was machen Sie da? Hm? Okay, dann, ja, die trägt er, glaubt die schon, okay. Sogar dieser Charakter kann diese Waffe nicht befummeln. Elfenbein beschichtete Duellpistole. Jetzt bin ich mal gespannt. Stimmt, hat er die auch, die Elfenbein. Ja. Ja, dann... Ich habe das Gefühl, ich habe eh schon die stärksten Waffen, die es gibt. So, sie Arsch. So, sie Arsch. Ihr Arsch gehört mir.
Hello, Your Excellency. What can I do for you?
Was the captain we arrested transferred to you?
Yes. And we began to question him. It appears that he was paid by Governor Buren. The governor tasked him with weakening the natives as much as possible in order to muzzle the rebellion. They were trying to poison the natives with alcohol, but they needed a lot to do it. Their entire smuggling operation revolved around that.
Did you contact the governor?
Yes. He sent us a letter apologizing, saying he didn't know he was...
Hat uns ein Entschuldigungsschreiben geschickt.
His letter was accompanied by a letter of marque to compensate the merchants who suffered in this case.
Which doesn't mean that he will abandon these despicable methods. Is there any news on Egon? We're no longer certain it's even a person.
Even though that name might refer to the organization, someone must be leading it. And that's who we have to stop. Alas, for now, the captain doesn't want to tell us any more. So the interrogation continues. We're waiting for answers on that point.
Darf ich den mal
I need
vorhören?
your help in another case.
I'm listening.
The Admiral sent us a furiously worded letter. One of their ships was commandeered by our troops. They accused the San Mateus garrison. But I know Herbert is quartermaster. He's an honest man. I'm not saying that the Admiral is lying to us, but I don't understand what could have happened. Whatever the case may be, the Admiral is threatening to refuse all transportation to our men. This will not only hurt the Guard, but also all the nations that employ us. We need someone diplomatic, able to piece this whole story together. Can I count on you?
Yes. I will go see Admiral Cabral and try to understand what happened.
So machen wir das. Der Idiot. Jetzt müssen wir das mal klären hier. Muss ich über den Tisch beugen, Klappe halten. Ui. Ah, ich hätte weiterlaufen. Sag mal, was ist mit dem scheiß Stuhl schon wieder los? So. So.
Desarde, what can I do for you?
Manfred, the quartermaster of New Serene Garrison, told me that he'd received a letter from you. Was one of your ships hijacked by the Guard?
The Trident and its crew were commandeered by the San Mateus garrison. Commandeered? We will not let ourselves be threatened by these land pirates. The Guard has no idea who it is dealing with. I've already sent several of our warships to board the Trident and release its crew. The Guards taken on board shall be given no quarter.
I understand, Admiral. But Quartermaster Manfred was as surprised as you to hear this news. That's why he asked me to investigate. The Guard never gave the order for such an operation.
So these mercenaries do not even know how to manage their men? Remarkable. We will not deal with the Guard until Manfred cleans up his ranks. No more of these hireling thugs will set foot on my ships. The nobles will just have to do without their bodyguards.
I will tell them, Admiral, and know that I am fully aware of the problems that caused this act of piracy. Not only for the Guard, but for all the nations on this island. I will do everything to find those responsible.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I will eagerly await your news. Anything else?
I need to be going. Until we meet again, Admiral. The Admiral knows that we can't do anything without the force of the Guard. By prohibiting them from transport, she is putting everyone at risk, leaving us to take care of the problem.
At the same time, she has something to be mad about. This is the first time in our history that anyone has dared to attack our ships.
Ja, was soll ich jetzt da sagen? Kann sein. Was fummelt die Tussi da immer in der Kiste rum? Weg da, du Schabracke. So, jetzt mal was wegfummeln. Hä? Reisen will ich. Mehr nicht. Mehr nicht. Mehr Licht. So, dann lass uns mal diskutieren hier. Alter, wie die da stramm stehen, wenn ich reinkomme.
Greetings. Quartermaster Herbert. I'm in charge of these barracks. And you are?
Desade, legate of the congregation.
Nice to meet you, Your Excellency. And what can I do for you?
Quartermaster Manfred sent me.
I was expecting such a visit. And I'm glad Manfred sent an external investigator. This commandeering business may just spell the end of the Guard. Without the Nord's transport, we are finished. I don't understand what could have happened. I can assure you that we have never issued an order to that effect. It's as if some members of the Guard obey others' commands.
We had trouble with a criminal organization within the Guard. I wouldn't be surprised if they were behind this matter once again.
Oh, this is terrible news, Your Excellency. How can we sort the good apples from the bad?
By speaking to those in charge of those in command of this town, and trying to unravel the truth from the lies.
Since you neutralized Major Herman and his gang, 3 lieutenants have been leading the troops, while waiting for a new senior officer to be appointed. They are Lieutenants Alexander, Klaus, and Ermelind.
Do you think they're honorable?
I won't vouch for them if that's what you're asking. I don't know them well enough.
Thank you, Quartermaster. I'll go and find them.
Irgendwo oben, glaube ich. Ich gerade echt nicht richtig zugehört, du. Es sind mehrere. Keine Ahnung, wer das sein könnte. Hallo, ich bin auf der Suche nach, keine Ahnung wem. Könnten Sie vielleicht hier sein?
Hello, Lieutenant. Desardet, legate of the merchant congregation.
Lieutenant Klaus, what can I do for you, Your Excellency?
I'm investigating the illegal commandeering of a Naut ship that took place here in San Mateus. Do you happen to know the men responsible and the officer they served under?
I'm sorry, Your Excellency, but I don't know. I only took office in this city 2 weeks ago. I'm just getting to know my troops. I was sent here to remedy the lack of officers following the arrest of the commander's men. Are you sure that this commandeering is not the isolated act of a few homesick recruits?
Not totally sure, but it's very unlikely. Managing the crew of a Naut ship requires great numbers and organization.
I see. But in that case, sorry for not being more useful.
Na gut, du kannst nicht helfen, gut ist. Sehr gut, sehr brav. Gehen wir da rein. Hallihallo, kannst du helfen?
Hello, I am...
Desardet, legate of the merchant congregation, right? Nice to meet you, Your Excellency. Lieutenant Ermelind at your service.
Well, I didn't know I was so famous. Can you tell me anything about the ship that was commandeered by the guards?
A complete act of piracy, if you want my opinion.
Do you know who these guards were and under which officer they served?
No, and no soldier is missing here as far as I know. This is very strange. But since the commander's attempted coup, everything has gone to hell here. Men start muttering as soon as we have our backs turned. Some recruits have suffered violence, but refuse to name their attackers.
Do you think something is going on?
It seems obvious to me that some people took advantage of this unrest to line their own pockets.
I see. Thank you. I'll leave you to it. Farewell, Lieutenant.
Your Excellency, if you really want to know what's going on in this barracks, find me tonight near the church.
To whom do I have the honor of speaking?
Quiet. No one must know that I spoke to you. I am Sergeant Franz, and I'm prepared to help you. Don't forget the church tonight.
Hello, Lieutenant. My name is Desardet.
Oh, you are the legate of the congregation. You're quite the celebrity amongst our ranks. I am Lieutenant Alexander. Did you need me?
I'm conducting an investigation into the illegal commandeering of the ship, the Trident. We must work fast and find out who organized this act of piracy. Or we will all pay the price. Do you know the men who seized the ship and who they served under?
All I can tell you, Your Excellency, is that I'm sure they were not under my orders. As foolish as it sounds, we don't know the identity of the soldiers involved. Since our previous commander's coup attempt, there's been tremendous upheaval. We lack senior officers. The registers are not up to date, and many men are on the run. I suspect the supporters of the coup who escaped the trial may be responsible.
It's not impossible. I dealt with Major Herman, who was serving Commander Torsten, but I didn't take care of his men.
It's only an idea, of course, but one that seems most logical to me.
I'll leave you, Lieutenant. The Lieutenant's interrogation produced nothing. This sergeant is our only lead.
With this gang's reign of terror, we were lucky to have come across him.
Hola. Oh, falsch. Es ist denn schon Mitternacht. Ist doch gar nicht Mitternacht. Ich gehe mal einfach hin. Voll merkwürdig, der hat aber gesagt Mitternacht.
Here you are. I wasn't sure you'd come. That will be understandable. It's better to be wary with Egon.
What do you know about this organization?
More than I would like. I'm part of it. Now ask me any questions you want. We don't have much time.
If you're part of this organization, why did you want to talk to me?
I joined this gang some time ago, without realizing the extent of their power. I naively thought that it would only be a matter of completing a few small secret protection missions, but I found myself involved in a sordid business with the young islanders. We capture them to sell them as slaves. They're very popular in brothels. I participated for a long time, without batting an eye, but I ended up bonding with one of the captured islanders, and the horror of this trafficking has finally hit home. I don't want it to happen to her.
Who took possession of the ship? And for what purpose?
Soldiers from the garrisons, members of Egon's organization. The boat was supposed to be used to transport the island captives to the mainland. Someone must have had enough of only being able to move a few slaves at a time, hidden in the holds. Now they've pulled this big stunt. They've not only attracted the wrath of the Nauts, but also your attention. Egon would never have made such a mistake, and they'll make the fool who did suffer dearly.
Do you know who Egon is? Or at least who runs this organization?
No. Everything is very compartmentalized. Each group knows only its direct superior, never the one above. Not only do I not know the big boss, but I don't know anything about his other activities.
And who gives you your orders?
Lieutenant Ermelin. That woman is ruthless. After the business with the ship, she decided to make a clean sweep. Probably to avoid the wrath of Egon. She told us that we had to get rid of the islanders we still held captive. She wants to clean up behind us to avoid leaving any trace. My friend is among them. If I can't find a way to stop Ermelind, she will die.
If we want to prevent this massacre, we will have to intervene quickly. Where are the islanders held captive?
They're kept in a former logging facility on the outskirts of town.
Is it well guarded?
No. Numbers are small to avoid arousing suspicion. But when Ermelin comes with her troops
Ich weiß, was es sein könnte.
it'll be a very different story.
Well, we'll take control of the operation before that happens, by getting rid of the guards. When Ermelind and her soldiers come, we will use the element of surprise to neutralize them.
With all due respect, there will be many. Are you sure you'll be able to face them?
We could ask for help from one of the native clans. The Storm Warriors, for example.
Do you think they would?
If it only involved us, I doubt it. But it's about saving their own young people. They'll also be able to give them shelter when we free them.
We will need to act quickly. I fear Ermelind will take action any moment now.
I'll go get help in Vedlug as soon as possible and take care of the operation.
Thank you. I'll arrange to be appointed as the scout for Ermelind's squad. That way I can let you know when we arrive.
We should go to Vedlug.
Yes, Storm Warriors will be a good asset.
Mal gucken, ob das was... Scheiße. Was ist jetzt in der... Scheiße.
Do you need something?
I've never heard you talk.
Ah, scheiße.
I must leave you. See you later.
Also ich sitze in der... Ach, scheiße, da ist der Hund drauf hier.
What do you seek?
I have come to ask for your help, Deirdre. A group of guards captured young natives and turned them into slaves. But now they want to get rid of them to avoid drawing attention to themselves. I want to free them and stop these guards. But we will need support from warriors.
Who's to say this is not a trap?
Siora.
Deirdre, my friend doesn't lie. If you do not help us, these Bodairni who imprisoned our brothers will get away. We must not only free those who are captive, but also stop those who have harmed them.
You have strange friends, daughter of Bloodmead. But I trust you. Tell me more, Enaixe.
The prisoners are in a former logging facility near San Mateus.
I know where it is. The Enaixe massacred the forest there.
We will get rid of the guards there, and release the prisoners. But if any soldiers are sent to kill them thereafter, can we rely on you to intervene?
I will send you my 2 best warriors. I can't give you any more right now. They will find you where the forest has suffered. Anything more?
I need to be going.
Gwawalem seg.
Ja, und ich habe mir sowas schon gedacht hier, weil da ist ja ein altes Holzlager hier oben. Wo ich mich gefragt habe, was da... Der Holzfällerlager. Ich weiß nicht genau, wo man muss. Ich muss mal noch kurz... So, und dann rechts. Ja, ja.
Here is the logging facility. The prisoners must be in that cabin.
So, hallo ihr Schwuchteln.
No one passes. I will pass without your permission.
Sag mal, ich hab doch geblockt.
To my help, and death to the others!
You're free.
Thank you. May the trees always bear fruits on your journey.
It was Sergeant France who told us where to find you.
France? So he kept his word. I had hoped he would.
Stay hidden here for now. We will set a trap for the people who captured you.
Then we will fight by your side. They will pay for what they have done to us.
No, you're in no condition to fight. It's better that you stay here. When we are done with them, you can return home. Thank you for coming to lend us a hand. I'm surprised. Deirdre said that she would only send 2 warriors.
It's not a Sengedin Anadas. It's a Gaius Rad, a warrior from my clan.
Betirtuma Donegad. She told Eseld your story, and we wanted to come. Young people from our clan have been captured, and we believe they are here. When Xavier also sent a warrior for the same reason.
We are most grateful for your help. Thanks to you, we can stop those who captured them.
You're there. Were you able to get rid of the guards?
Yes, and we have released the prisoners. But there are still others that we have to defeat.
I see you've managed to bring allies. With them, we have every chance of winning. Ermelind and her troops shouldn't be long. You should take position.
Anything to report, Sergeant Franz?
Negative, Lieutenant. Everything is quiet.
Where did the guards go?
I don't know.
How can you not know? Hey, what's going on?
To my help! And death to the others!
Oh. Nein! Oh, fuck! Scheiße! Dass man da wie so ein Kasperle rumhupft. Nicht blickt, was man da überhaupt macht. Man möchte halt ungern, dass jemand stirbt. Von den eigenen Leuten.
Anything to report? Where did the... Ow.
Sag mal, ich hab doch hier...
Move away. Things are about to get dicey.
We got them.
Make sure Lieutenant Ermelind is shackled and brought back to San Mateos. She will probably be sent to New Serene to be interrogated by Manfred. She has a lot to teach us about Egon.
I hope she can help you put an end to all of this.
Can we all go home now?
Yes. We will escort you.
Breg, it's thanks to you that I realized what we were doing. I hope you'll forgive me one day for being one of those monsters. In the meantime, I will do everything I can to help stop this smuggling for good.
You are a better man than you think. Friends, when you're finished, return and see me at Xavier. I will be glad to see you again.
We should go. Let's report to Quartermaster Herbert.
Erstmal die Scheiße hier einsammeln. Ja, die Silbermünzen, die können nämlich alle zusammen, die Wichser mit ihren. Immer mit. Das bringt bestimmt was. Die Silbermünze oder gar nichts. Hier habe ich eigentlich die Tussi totgeschlagen, aber... Ist es der Franz? Nö. Kann ich gar nicht vorstellen. Warte mal, es sind ja ein paar Viecher. Komischerweise waren hier auch so Stachelviecher, Panzerviecher. Ist nicht. So, gehen wir zurück. Hm, 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 hm. Da, 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 da. Ja, diese Scheißkasse. Achso, hier. Okay, mal ein zweites. Mir auch egal. Da kann ich ziemlich jetzt einsacken. Sack. So, lass mal mit dem Wichser reden hier.
Your Excellency, I was told you'd returned with prisoners.
Yes. Lieutenant Ermelind organized the slave trade on behalf of the organization I told you about. Her men captured natives who were then sold here or smuggled to the mainland. We also found out that they commandeered a Naut ship to speed things up.
What madness. I guess Manfred will want to have her questioned. Lieutenant Alexander, you will accompany her with some men.
Quartermaster, at your orders.
And you, Sergeant. I understand that you participated in the despicable actions of this traitor.
It's true, Quartermaster.
I recommend clemency. Without his help, we would not have discovered what this was about.
I see. You will accompany Lieutenant Alexander. Manfred would like to talk to you, but I will make sure that he knows what role you played in this case.
Thank you, Quartermaster.
Well, I'll let you get on, sirs.
Thank you very much for your help, Your Excellency. Travel safe.
Well, things seem to be in order here now. We should go and warn Manfred.
Das tun wir. Also voll affig, Alter. Ich renne hier so viel rum. Das ist nicht mehr normal. Normal. So, kann ich hier was wegstecken wieder? Was ich mich eigentlich bloß frage, die Questgegenstände, die müssen doch auch irgendwo sein, oder? Tiere. Was auch immer das ist. Kreaturen, Pflanzen, Notizen. Aber jetzt irgendwie hier diese ganzen... Das finde ich halt irgendwie komisch. Ich habe bisher noch nicht gesehen, wo die Questgegenstände sich aufhalten. Oder hier? Das ist ja nur Information. Das sind die verschiedenen Viecher. Das sind die verschiedenen Pflanzen, die es gibt. Das sind jetzt immer die Erklärung. Das sind Sachen, die ich gelesen habe. Aber jetzt irgendwie diese Silbermünzen. Keine Ahnung. So. Ah, fuck, Mann. Oh, ich hab mir voll den Finger gerade hier. Weg da.
ticket for you. Hello, Your Excellency. What can I do for you?
I was able to clarify the story about the ship, and we arrested the person in charge.
I've already been told all this. Lieutenant Alexander came before you did. He told me the whole thing, and he didn't fail to tell me everything we owe you. I have already sent a letter to the Admiral explaining what happened and offering reparations. I hope she will forgive us. Anyway, I thank you very much. Once again, you have worked wonders, Your Excellency.
We couldn't have done anything without Sergeant Franz. He showed admirable courage. I imagine he's joined your forces.
That doesn't ring a bell. I don't think a sergeant by that name is stationed here.
Strange. It seemed to me that Quartermaster Herbert told him to come and find you.
Well, perhaps he changed his mind. With this business going on, he must be sorely lacking in men. Anyway, know that our investigation has finally paid.
Ja gut, der kann auch zu den Eingeborenen gegangen sein.
You should go find him. He's with Captain Ulrich.
Captain Ulrich?
The highest ranking captain in the garrison. He's an old man who was not often found in the field, but faced with such a scandal, he had to intervene personally.
Thank you, Manfred. I'll go find him.
Okay, da muss man hoch. Da mache ich schnell ein Kettchen, da kann ich was trinken und so. Bis gleich.